Right now, every app on your phone is using a psychological trick that was first documented in a 1950s rat experiment. And the scariest part? The rats couldn't stop either.
Wait, what? You're comparing me to a lab rat? That's a bold opening, Max.
Not an insult, just science. A psychologist named B.F. Skinner put rats in a box with a lever. Sometimes pressing the lever gave food, sometimes it gave nothing.
Okay, and the rats just kept pressing the lever hoping for food?
Obsessively, way more than if the lever gave food every single time. The unpredictability made them press faster, harder, and longer. That's called a variable reward schedule.
And you're saying Instagram is doing that to me with my feed?
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, your email inbox, your text messages, every single one of them. They all use variable rewards, and your brain has no natural defense against it.
Okay, but that still sounds like a stretch. An app isn't a lever in a box.
The mechanism is identical. You pull down to refresh your feed. That's the lever. Sometimes you get something exciting, sometimes it's boring. Your brain can't tell which pull will pay off, so it keeps pulling.
The pull to refresh gesture. I do that constantly without even thinking about it.
That's exactly the point. The guy who actually invented pull to refresh, Lauren Brichter, has publicly said he regrets building it. He called it addictive and said he wishes he'd done it differently.
The inventor of the thing regrets making it. That's pretty damning.
He's not alone. Tristan Harris, who is a design ethicist at Google, basically built a whole movement around the idea that apps are deliberately engineered to exploit your psychology. He called your phone a slot machine in your pocket.
A slot machine in your pocket. So where does dopamine fit into all of this? Because everyone talks about dopamine in phones.
So here's where it gets really interesting. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. You get a like, you get a dopamine hit, you feel good. That's wrong.
Wait, that's wrong? That's like the most common thing people say about dopamine.
Dopamine isn't the pleasure chemical. It's the anticipation chemical. It spikes hardest right before the reward, not after. It's what drives you to seek, not what makes you satisfied.
So the dopamine hits when I'm about to check my notifications, not when I actually read them.
Exactly. And because the reward is unpredictable, your dopamine system never shuts off the seeking signal. There's always a reason to check one more time. That's the trap.
That explains why I sometimes check my phone and feel weirdly empty, even when there are notifications.
Because the anticipation was the rush. The actual content is almost beside the point. Your brain already spent its excitement getting you to open the app.
Okay, that's actually kind of depressing. So how deep does this design go? Like, is it just the refresh thing?
It goes way deeper. The red notification badge, deliberately chosen because red triggers alertness and mild anxiety in humans. It's not a design preference, it's a psychological pressure tactic.
So even the color is a trick. What else?
Infinite scroll. Before that, websites had pages. You'd hit the bottom and stop. Sean Parker, one of Facebook's early presidents, literally admitted they removed stopping points on purpose so you'd never naturally pause.
Sean Parker said that out loud, like in public?
In a 2017 interview, straight up, he said they were consciously exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. His words, not mine.
And the autoplay on videos, same thing I assume?
Same principle. Netflix's autoplay countdown gives you 10 seconds to do nothing. Doing nothing is the path of least resistance, so you watch. It's called the default effect. Humans almost always go with whatever the default option is.
I've watched entire seasons of shows I wasn't even sure I liked, just because I didn't press stop.
Every person watching this right now has done that. That's not a personal failure. That's the default effect working exactly as designed.
Okay, so we've got variable rewards, dopamine anticipation loops, red badges, infinite scroll, autoplay. What am I missing?
Social validation loops. When you post something, the likes and comments don't all arrive at once. They're metered out over hours. That keeps you returning to check repeatedly throughout the day.
Is that accidental or is that also on purpose?
There's strong evidence it's deliberate. Former Facebook employees have said the platform experimented with how to time notifications to maximize re-engagement. They A/B tested when to send you the ping.
They tested when to ping me for maximum effect. I don't know whether to be impressed or horrified.
Here's the plot twist, though. And I want you to really hear this one because it changes everything we've talked about so far.
Okay, now I'm nervous. What's the twist?
The real product being sold isn't the app. It's not even your attention. The real product is your future behavior. These systems are designed to make you predictable so that advertisers can buy your next action before you've even decided to take it.
My future behavior. Say that again, because I don't think I fully got that.
Every scroll, every pause, every like, the app is building a model of you, not to understand you, to predict what you'll do next, well enough to sell that prediction to someone who wants to influence you.
So I'm not even the customer getting manipulated. I'm the product being packaged and sold.
The old saying is, if it's free, you're the product. But it's actually more specific than that. You're the behavioral prediction being sold. The difference matters.
How does that change how I should think about all the earlier stuff you mentioned?
It means the addiction isn't a side effect. It's a feature. A predictable, returning, emotionally engaged user is more valuable than a casual one. The hook is the business model.
So when Facebook says they're connecting people, the real goal is making those people maximally predictable for ad targeting.
And this was documented publicly in internal Facebook research that leaked in 2021. They knew their own platform was causing harm to teenage girls' mental health, and the business decision was to continue anyway.
They knew and continued. That's the part that actually makes me angry.
That anger is useful, because the moment you understand this is a designed system, not a neutral tool, your relationship with it changes. You go from passenger to driver.
But is it even possible to use these apps without getting caught in the trap, or is the trap too well built?
The trap is well built but not inescapable. There's actual research on this. A 2018 University of Pennsylvania study had people limit social media to 30 minutes a day. In 3 weeks, loneliness and depression dropped significantly.
Just 30 minutes a day caused that big a change? That's surprisingly concrete.
What was interesting is that people didn't quit, they just capped it, which suggests it's not the content that's the problem, it's the uncapped, frictionless, infinite access to the variable reward loop.
So the dose is the poison. Too much turns the tool into the trap.
Exactly. And here's something most people don't realize. Your brain physically changes with prolonged variable reward exposure. The prefrontal cortex, which handles impulse control, actually shows reduced activity in heavy social media users.
So heavy use literally impairs the part of my brain that would help me stop using it. That's almost cruelly circular.
It's the same pattern seen in other compulsive behaviors. And the good news is it's reversible, but it takes deliberate friction. You have to make the app slightly harder to access.
Deliberate friction, like deleting the app from your home screen?
That's one. Studies on habit formation show that adding even 2 to 3 extra steps to a behavior can reduce how often you do it by 40%. You don't need willpower, you need inconvenience.
So the apps remove all friction on purpose, and we fight back by adding friction manually. It's like a friction arms race.
And you're already winning the second you know the game is being played. Most people are losing because they don't even know there's a game.
Okay, I need the actual takeaways here. What can I do today, not someday today, to take some of this control back?
3 things. First, right now, go into your phone settings and turn off all non-essential notifications. Not just silence them. Turn them off. Remove the red badges. Kill the trigger before it fires.
That one actually costs me nothing. It takes 2 minutes and it breaks the biggest loop.
Second, move your most used social apps off your home screen and into a folder 2 swipes deep. You'll still use them when you choose to, but you'll stop the unconscious reflex checks that account for roughly half your daily opens.
Half my daily opens are basically reflexes I didn't consciously decide to make. That's the part that gets me.
And third, next time you feel that itch to check your phone for no reason, just pause for 10 seconds first. Don't fight it, just delay it. That tiny gap is enough to re-engage your prefrontal cortex and give you the choice back.
So it's not about going cold turkey or throwing your phone in the ocean. It's about inserting just enough friction and awareness to stay in the driver's seat.
The rat in Skinner's box never knew it was in a box. That's the only real difference between you and the rat. Now you know, and that actually matters.